if I'm not excited about what I do, about the opportunity to get to share with you. But today I'm talking about unlikely leaders. That's what we're talking about. This week, Untapped Leadership is the conversation piece. I have a podcast releasing on Friday with Jenny Vasquez Newsom, where we talked about her book, Untapped Leadership. Well, let me give you some context there. Really, the premise of Jenny's book is underrepresented people, race, gender, those type of things, people that come from unlikely places. I even think back to Gil Lynch, my conversation with him about underdogs. That those are classic pieces of unlikely leaders. And see, what I've learned in my life is there's not one just description of a leader. Well, leaders have many qualities, many characteristics. I've come to find there's actually more defined what leadership is not than what exactly leadership looks like. So today, it's really having this discussion that unlikely leaders, those representing the classic characteristics of leadership, that bigger than life personality, that person that just commands a room and almost makes it about them, are not really the best leaders. Sometimes it's all about them. It's the unlikely leaders, the ones who walk in the room and, everyone gravitates to them, but they're not one making a show. I think of the story John Maxwell shares about in his first role, professional role, that he was the, supposed leader because he had the title. I talked about that yesterday. But it was the older gentleman who commanded every crowd. He wasn't overwhelming. He just knew how to influence. See, unlikely leaders are the most influential when they're empowered because people don't see the agenda. Today, my thought of the day is this: unlikely leaders most often are the most qualified leaders. They don't make it about them. It's not about what can I gain. They look at how can I help everyone else around me get to the destination we're going to. See, it's having that vision, but it's also understanding there's a lot of people that can contribute major pieces that are unlikely. And it's harnessing those, empowering them. That's what great leadership does. It's looking beyond the surface. It's looking deep within someone's heart and saying, I can bring out the best in them. That's what leaders do. Great leaders do that. Likely, mostly. Those are unlikely leaders. That's a fashion of untapped leadership, is to be able to find those, and maybe those that are most often cast aside because of their race, because of their beliefs, because of wherever they stand in life, maybe their lack of resources. Those people are amazing leaders often. Thanks for being here. Catch you next.